It's a Football Friday with Freddie Coleman on Big Board Sports.
Cannot wait to get Freddie Coleman's picks on the game. So let's get right to it. The man himself, Freddie Coleman from ESPN, been with us all season long, right from the get-go in Week 1. And he joins us here on this Friday morning before Championship Sunday. Good morning, Freddie.
Good morning, Roger. Anytime AC/DC Back in Black is on, it is good for everybody in the listening range.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
You love wearing black, too. I've seen you through the years. You love wearing black.
Yeah, I'm a dark colors kind of guy, black and blue, definitely some brown. I mean, that's not that I'm a moody person or a morbid person, but that just fits me.
Freddie, I know you're going to carve out a lot of time to watch all these games, and I think we all are going to do that. We have to. It's part of our job description, man. We got to be in front of the TV to watch. I really do. Before you get to your picks, I mean, I'm expecting 2 phenomenal games. Are you?
I am for 2 reasons. Number one, I can't remember in recent memory where you have an NFL Final Four where you have 4 elite quarterbacks playing on the second to the last weekend, essentially, in the National Football League with Matt Ryan in Atlanta, Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, Tom Brady in New England, and Ben Roethlisberger of Pittsburgh. I don't think we can remember 4 elite quarterbacks being a part of the NFL Final Four, at least not in recent memory. And number 2, and I saw this last night, all these 4 teams have combined to win 30 games in a row. When have we ever seen that? When you get to a Final Four in the National Football League where everybody has a long winning streak. Pittsburgh, the Packers, they won 8 in a row. Pittsburgh, they won 9 in a row. The Patriots, 7 in a row. And the Falcons, 6 in a row. I can't remember where you have 4 teams playing on Championship Sunday where all 4 teams have combined to win 30 games in a row. That seems to be a historic week and potentially what we're going to see.
Boy, Freddie, that is a great stat right there. That is a great stat. And you talk about, are these games going to be close? Can you make a case for any of these teams winning? And that stat says it all. Yeah, you can make a case for, and there will be no shockers, in my opinion, this weekend. Let's start with the first game, Freddie. I'm on Green Bay here just because I can't get away from Aaron Rodgers right now. He's just too red hot, and I picked Green Bay last week as well. So I've been on the Packer bandwagon since Aaron Rodgers said, you know what, we're not losing, we're running the table. So I'm sticking with him. I know it's going to be a tall order because Atlanta's really good. Matt Ryan's really good. They're in that dome. They got a high-powered offense, but I'm picking Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. How about you?
It's hard for me to go against Green Bay as well, Roger, and for all the things that you mentioned, how well he's played, and no matter who is on the other side, it seems that they will find a way to get it done. And I think when you have a team that has the confidence like that in their quarterback, and both teams really do, you can go out and just play free, and not just offensively, but defensively, because you're saying to yourself, okay, even if we give up some big plays, we got a guy on our side that can get us 31 points, can get us 35 points. Both of these teams actually feel that way, and Matt Ryan, it could be the likely MVP in the NFL for the regular season. But when you have a guy playing on a special role, like we've seen Aaron Rodgers making special plays time after time after time, and he loves going on the road and putting on the black hat and shooting the sheriff and taking the saloon girl and leaving the town in a wake, I think he'll be able to do that again. I think Green Bay gets it done, and I think it's going to be a close game, but Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay will find a way again.
Freddie, just a kind of off-the-cuff question here. Roger and I, a couple minutes ago, we were talking about this matchup, and I said, kind of to piggyback what you opened with, I really believe that all 4 of these quarterbacks will be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame one day. We can almost guarantee 3 of them will, but I'm going to ask you to prognosticate a little bit here. Do you think Matt Ryan will end up in the Pro Football Hall of Fame one day?
He keeps playing like this, yes, and I think the one thing that may be held against Matt Ryan is that his playoff record is 2-4. At a certain point, I think, not saying that you need to win a Super Bowl to be a Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean, Warren Moon is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He was a great quarterback, and he just was part of unfortunate situations where his teams were not able to get to a Super Bowl. Dan Marino's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, only got the 1 Super Bowl. But I think in this day and age where the ball is flying all over the place, Matt Ryan has been able to do some special things in the regular season. And I think a lot of people may not realize how terrific of a quarterback he is. They're going to get a dose of that hopefully this Sunday when they take on Green Bay, the Atlanta Falcons. But he keeps playing like this, and what he's been able to do with Julio Jones and Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, I think if he keeps on this path, I don't think there's any doubt he's going to put on that yellow jacket and be inducted into Canton, Ohio.
All right, game number 2, Freddie. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to Foxborough, take on this Patriots team. They don't lose many games at home, and certainly not in the playoffs with Tom Brady. And we know the Brady and Belichick history postseason there. I'm going Pittsburgh. Now, I am a Steeler fan. I must admit, I'm a diehard, longtime Steeler fan. I will throw that out there. But I think that the Patriots are facing a quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger, maybe the best quarterback they've faced this year. And I think Bell is a handful. I think the Steelers go in there and get it done, and maybe that is a little bit of a surprise this weekend. It wouldn't be a shocker, but a little bit of a surprise if the Steelers could win in New England. I know I'm not in the norm on that one. I'm probably off the beaten path a little bit, but I'm going Pittsburgh to pull off what would be a little bit of an upset against the Patriots.
See, to me, that wouldn't be an upset, and I'll tell you why. For all the reasons you mentioned, with the way that offense is played with Ben Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, and also Antonio Brown, who, for my money, it's neck and neck with Julio Jones of Atlanta, who the best wide receiver in the National Football League is. You can make a case for either one, and you would be completely correct. But here are 2 other reasons why it wouldn't be a surprise. Number one, that Steelers defense is coming on strong. I mean, they're fast, they're aggressive. Ryan Shazier has been terrific at the linebacker position, but ever since Bud Dupree got back in that lineup and became healthy, that is a bad boy coming off that corner. And we've seen how that can really, even though the Patriots offensive line is good, if you got a guy like that where you have to honor him and maybe double team him, that frees up other people. That's number one. Number 2, I wonder how much of the absence of Rob Gronkowski will really be magnified in this game. You can get away with that if you're the Patriots when you're playing quarterbacks along the lines of Brock Osweiler of Houston, Ryan Fitzpatrick of the New York Jets, Tyrod Taylor of the Buffalo Bills. You don't have to worry about a quarterback making you pay for your mistakes. But now Tom Brady, in the last 2 playoff games, he has struggled against fast defenses. Denver last year in the championship game, and last week against Houston, he didn't exactly rattle the cage. I mean, he completed less than 50% of his passes and threw 2 interceptions. And now he's facing a similar defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers that can get after the quarterback and change things up. Usually, Rob Gronkowski in a game like this would be an enormous difference maker. You can get away with that, not having him against lesser teams. They struggled against the Houston defense, and now they're playing a better football team in Pittsburgh. That's why it would not surprise me if Pittsburgh won, because the defense is terrific, and I wonder how much not having Rob Gronkowski could really be magnified in this game.
Freddie, you know how much we value your opinion here in upstate New York. So while we have you, I wanted to ask you about what you thought of the Raiders filing the paperwork to move to Las Vegas. Is this something that you think will be good for the NFL? We know it's probably going to make some money, but removing the team from its current hometown, what are your current just thoughts on the entire situation there?
Well, I don't like it because I think the Raiders should be synonymous with Oakland. When you think of the Raiders, you think of that city, and you think of the black hole, and you think of the Heidi game against the New York Jets and those games against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. That being said, I think the one good thing about it when they moved to Las Vegas is that forever there is no stigma attached to the city of Las Vegas. You don't have to call it the city of sin anymore, because a lot of people take family vacations there. And now when you have a team in Las Vegas, there are going to be so many opposing team fan bases that are going to circle that date and make trips and plans to go to Las Vegas. If you're a Giants fan, if you're a Cowboys fan, if you're a Patriots fan, if you're a Steelers fan and a Packers fan, you know if the Packers are playing the Raiders in Las Vegas, it'll look like a Packers home game at times. That's only going to be good for the National Football League that loves to print money. And now you have a chance to go to a place that can take money from people with gambling or print money and give it to them no matter what happens. I think whatever stigma people still believe about this city of Las Vegas, now they're going to get an NHL team, an NFL team in 2 years. I don't think there's any way that Oakland's going to be able to keep them. And who knows, maybe the NBA gets in Las Vegas in another 10 years. That's the good thing about this. I hate the fact that a fan base is losing their team. We've seen that with St. Louis, although they lost a team with the Cardinals, and then they lost another team with the Rams, and now the San Diego Chargers going to Los Angeles. But that stigma is going to be forever removed with the NFL being there and NHL team being there. That's only going to be good for the league, and especially good for the city of Las Vegas.
Freddie, always a pleasure. I hope you have a great weekend watching games. Just for the record, you are picking Green Bay to win. Are you taking the Steelers?
No, I just think Captain America will find a way, Tom Brady, seriously. And I think Bill Belichick is so good at making you play to your non-dominant hand defensively when he can get after people. I think he'll do that again. But I think it's going to be a close game. It would not surprise me if Pittsburgh has a 10-point lead in the second half, but then Tom Brady finds a way and New England pulls it out in the end.
Freddie Coleman, ESPN, every Friday here on Big Board Sports.